very good morning to you. It's Monday the 5th of September 2011. Welcome to this morning's 10 minutes of chat. It's United Kingdom talk. A busy weekend, which is why I wasn't with you Friday and Saturday. I think we might just do Monday to Friday and have the weekend off like normal people. Not that I could ever be told that I'm a normal person. I'm not normal. You know that. A very nice weekend, as I say. Friday, my best friend Ronnie came over and we did a little bit more work in the garden. It's all looking rather wonderful. And I thought I was going to have to go and buy horse manure from the local DIY place here and dig it into the ground. You know where the bit underneath the shed is? Because it's had nothing on it for like 20, 25 years, I suppose. And then on my constant Google search, we do like a Google search, don't we? Do you like searching on Google? Just type in a random word. Have you ever typed in my name to Google? Chris Reardon. Thousands of pages here. What is there to look at? I don't know. Thousands of pages. Anyway, and I've come across this green manure. Look at this. Green manure. Now, obviously, this has not come out of a horse's bum or any other animal. But I really did think I was going to have to buy a load of horse manure or something like that and start digging that into the earth. Well, apparently not. You buy this green manure, which is just basically seeds. In my case, I've got mustard and I've got, Christ, I don't know how I'm going to say this, Phacelia tanacetifolia. How's that for a name, eh? Can you imagine that being your name? Phacelia! Oh, it's a nice name. It's Felicity. Like Felicity, isn't it? Phacelia, there we are, Phacelia tanacetifolia. Okay, so I've got these. I've actually got 6 packets of these altogether. And you just sow them out there. March to August, it said, so just in time now. Beg your pardon, no, sow outdoors. August to September to overwinter and dig in the following year. Thinly put the seeds over finely prepared soil, which has already been watered. Well, actually, it's raining today, which is why I'm here in the Mirable studio in the nice and dry. Thank you very much. So probably a good day to do them today. Although it's not quite flat. You know, I've dug it over a couple of times, but or once. I've only dug it over once. I think it needs to be raked out a bit, but I might do that today. All right, so green manure. Look, no bags of horse muck to bring back. Oh, the place stinks. We did see horse muck because we popped down to Sainsbury's home base. Where I've been painting the fence green, I had a couple of pots of paint left over. You can just take them back and get a refund. So that's what we did on Saturday. No, was it Friday? That's what we did on Friday. Took the pots back to Sainsbury's home base. I thought while I'm in there, is it Sainsbury's home base or just home base? I can't remember. While we're in there, I thought, I'll just see if they've got these bags of horse manure. And I found it where it said garden manure. And I'm assuming it was horse manure. Anyway, I looked around the bags and I had a little sniff and it definitely smelled like horse manure. Not that it's not actually an unpleasant smell, was it, horse manure? Do you not think? Horse manure, I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to be particularly unpleasant. I mean, it's strong, isn't it? Not like, you know, don't want to be too graphical here, but you know when someone's used your toilet, I mean, it's not, that's just vile, that smell, isn't it? I've got little spray things there in my toilet. Every 30 seconds, no, every 30 minutes they go, psst, and put out another lovely fragrance. I think I've got apple blossom downstairs in the toilet at the moment, boys and girls. It frightens you, though, because it's got a little eye on it, you know, one of those eyes. No, it's not watching you go into the toilet. Don't be silly now. Now, come on, do behave. It's got a little eye on it, and it goes psst, whenever someone moves around in the toilet. Now, I've got one in the toilet downstairs. I've also got one on the hall landing upstairs. Whenever I go past it, psst, and it sprays out another bit of stuff like psst, and it frightens the life out of me half the time because it's up the stairs. And I don't turn the lights on usually when I'm walking around the house at night. Why? I don't know. Just don't. I've always got to think people might be looking and trying to look at my naked body through the window because we don't have curtains on the front and outside of the house. They just block out so much light, don't they? So that was my Friday. And I should have set the camera up really, because I did try and make pizza on Friday. Now I got two of these. I'm sorry, I've got itchy nose today. Oh, by the way, you may have noticed I've got a haircut. I've had haircuts because it was looking very, very terrible. I bought these two like rolls. They were kind of rolls of pizza, and you open them up and this pizza pops out. Anyway, when I went to Sainsbury's to buy those, I looked at the size of them. I thought, well, they're not very big. I'll get two. You know, one for Ron and one for me. That was on Thursday. He was ready for Friday. And I got mozzarella cheese. And I said to him, he said, what are you putting on it? I said, you can have what you want. But I've got tomatoes, mozzarella. Oh, no, I don't like mozzarella cheese. Now, Ron likes a pizza, same as me. And I said, well, they're all made of mozzarella. No, they're not. I said, they are. He didn't know that, made of mozzarella cheese. Not that he's stupid, because he's not very clever, Ron. He is actually a very, very clever person. So I got the mozzarella cheese. I got some. No, I didn't buy tomatoes because I got those out of the garden. How wonderful to cook with your own produce, boys and girls. Got those out of the garden. Doing quite well. I've got so many tomatoes this year. Seriously, the vines are so long, full of little tomatoes on it, little cherry tomatoes, and I've got big tomatoes as well. Well, I've got runner beans as well. I should have brought you in a couple to see, actually. I've got them downstairs in the fridge at the moment. I've got runner beans and broad beans, but the stupid thing is, right, I've been picking these runner beans and broad beans up and putting them in the kitchen. I don't know how to cook these. So I took them to my neighbour. I actually took them to 3 neighbours, and none of them were sure what they were. And then my lovely neighbour next door, her name's Karen, with my other neighbour, David. Lovely. Oh, lovely. You couldn't wish for better neighbours. Seriously. She's got a beautiful garden with a pond in it, and it attracts all this wildlife. And she said, no, they're runner beans. And of course, you know, when I thought about it, I thought, of course they're runner beans. So I've got quite a lot of runner beans. Now, the secret with those is that you've got to pick them as soon as you think they're big enough. Otherwise, you don't get any more. You've got to keep picking them every day if necessary. So I've got those and the tomatoes. Anyway, back to the story, dear. Stop, I'm peaking too early. We're running out of time. I can't believe it. Went to Sainsbury's, got all these bits and pieces, the dough, the tomato paste that comes with the dough. It's like a box. I think it was, the product was Just Roll. I think it was called Just Roll. Peppers. He wanted some roast chicken, so I got him some slices of that. What's another item? Oh, yes, onions, because Ronnie and I do like onions. We do like onions. And on the Friday, I got this, opened this thing in the kitchen. My God, this pizza base was enormous. And I looked on the box, serves 4 to 6. Ha! And we got one each. So I cooked it and done the tomato paste. Oh my God, it was the easiest thing in the world. I was a bit dubious, you know, because, you know, when you tried something for the first time, you've not cooked it before. I was a bit dubious. It was absolutely the best pizza I ever tasted. You know, I'd put enough cheese on there, because I do like the pizza quite like the cheese a lot of cheese on there. And on my one, I had tomatoes from the garden, onions and peppers. And he had roast chicken, onions, peppers, and again tomatoes from the garden. Really, really nice. I ate 3/4 of mine for lunch, and another quarter before I just went out to work. And he ate half for lunch and the other, I think, about another quarter later. But with his one, for some reason, well, I know why now. I mean, it stuck to the baking plate. And we were in the kitchen. I said, come on, dinner. And he's in the kitchen waiting for his dinner. And I, oh, God, look, it's stuck. He said, didn't you grease the thing? I said, no. So we're kind of scraping this pizza off. And a bit was stuck to the metal thing, what you put in the oven, the baking tray or whatever it's called. So there we are, a very nice Friday, which was a bit of a contradiction to a Saturday, because Saturday, I was off on Saturday. I didn't have anything to do. So I went into Ron's house. I'm due to go into Ron's house. I'm going to go into the cinema. Well, I should have been there at 1 o'clock. And I left here. I left a bit late, to be honest, about 12:15 on Saturday afternoon. My God, the traffic was horrendous. And this is the 3rd time I've gone to see him on a Saturday, and it's always the same. It's always bad, but this was particularly bad. and I got caught up with all the traffic that was going to see the rugby at Twickenham, which is always a blooming nightmare. And it ends up taking me 3 hours to do a 1.25 hour journey. And I'm really not good in traffic. So I got there about, about 3:15. We had a quick cup of tea. I went in and had my hair cut straight away because that's where I go and have my hair cut. A little place in London I've told you about before. Little Turkish hairdressers. Oh, they're wonderful in there. Family business, and they're such nice people as well. They don't, none of this, are you going on holiday? Oh, have you got a girlfriend? Oh, yeah. None of that. They say, what would you like, sir? Number 1 back and sides, number 2 on top. Okay, sir. And that's all they say. There's none of that idle chatter, and I love it. They're so well done. Little razor blades come out, and they get this flame thing and throw it over your ears. I thought it was going to go up in a puff of smoke, dear. Anyway, so I did that. Ron picked us up, took us to the hairdresser in his flash car. We went back home, and then we were due to go to the cinema. Cinema was 6:30. We got back to Ron's house about 4:30, 4:45, so it was late. And I hadn't had my afternoon sleep. I always have a couple of hours sleep in the afternoon, and that was making me a little bit, like that. So we went to the cinema, the Odeon IMAX in Greenwich, to see a film called The Inbetweenies. Now, this is a TV show on the BBC. I watched bits of the TV show and I thought, what a load of old rubbish this is. Anyway, I was told by a couple of people that the film, you can go and watch the film and it's like a standalone thing. You don't need to have watched the TV series. So this film starts 1, 2, 3, is it 4 or 5 late teenage boys going on holiday together. And quite honestly, what a load of rubbish. I don't think I laughed at all in it. It's supposed to be a comedy film. I don't think I laughed at all in the film. And actually, the cinema was quite busy. There was the odd little laughter, but there wasn't like, ha ha, because I've got a big laugh. Believe me, if you make me laugh, the whole world will hear it. I thought, what an utter load of rubbish. And I fell asleep in the cinema seat. I actually fell asleep. I think Ron actually enjoyed it. And, when he realised I wasn't enjoying it, he said, come on, let's go. And I thought, no, he's come to see this film. He actually paid for me to see it as well. So I thought, no, Ron, we'll wait for the film to finish. You're watching this. Oh, I'm not watching it. I knew he was watching it. I said, no, we'll stay there and watch the film. And I closed my eyes and went to sleep. Absolute load of rubbish. Highly unrecommended, that one. Okay, the Inbetweenies film, not funny at all. Just not funny. Did you watch it? I've got a comment here from Matt, because I put this on Facebook. I'm on Facebook as well. My Facebook username is Chris Reardon UK. All right, Twitter as well. Twitter and Facebook, both those usernames are Chris Reardon UK. And Matthew wrote, I saw The Inbetweenies and found it not as good as the trailer makes out. Bit disappointed. So there we are. Anyone else seen that film, The Inbetweenies? Absolute load of rubbish. What did you think? Do let me know. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Time for me to go, boys and girls. I'll see you for another show tomorrow. You have a nice Monday. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.